Hello, my name is Fernanda, and today I will present my research project focused on human factor methodologies, specifically under the human-centered design. The title of my research is Illustrating Biodiversity Throughout Maya Traditions, a research study on cultural dynamics and environmental awareness for Carla Castañeda's Maya's Biodiversity and Cultural Conservation Project. The topic I will address is related to the project by animator Carla Castañeda, which aims to illustrate a book to raise awareness about biodiversity in Mexico and its connection with the worldview of indigenous communities, particularly the Mayas. Our research focused on gathering in-depth information about the beliefs, cultural dynamics, and tradition of a specific indigenous community in Mexico, the Mayas. This research is crucial to ensure that the portrayal of the community in the illustrated book is accurate, respectful, and authentically representative of their unique relationship with the Mexican biodiversity. By delving into the intricate connections between these communities and their surrounding environment, we aim to develop a concept that not only raises awareness about Mexico's biodiversity, but also highlights the integral role that indigenous worldviews plays in the preservation and sustainability. Conduct throughout investigation of the beliefs and cultural dynamic and tradition of the Maya indigenous communities in Mexico in order to understand the relationship with the biodiversity and how these interactions can contribute to raising awareness about the importance of preserving both the environment and the indigenous worldviews. Our objectives are to analyze the beliefs and cultural practices related to biodiversity within the Maya community in Mexico, examine how the community's beliefs, myths, and rituals reflect their perception and management of the natural environment, explore the influence of indigenous worldviews on biodiversity conservation, investigate how the community's tradition and cultural values have historically impact and continue to influence the preservation of the local ecosystems, and study the integration transmission of Maya knowledge related to biodiversity. And for last, research and analyze how knowledge and practices related to biodiversity are passed down within the Maya communities and how this transmission affects the preservation of their natural environment. Okay, so my hypothesis is the beliefs and cultural practices of the Maya communities have a significant impact on biodiversity conservation in Mexico. These practices, rooted in their worldview, not only contribute to the preservation of the natural environment, but also reinforce Maya cultural identity. Our three variables are Maya worldview, biodiversity, and cultural practices. In samples, our research samples consist of members from various Maya communities in Mexico, representing different regions such as Yucatán, Quintana Roo, Campeche, and Chiapas. We have included people of different ages, genders, and occupation to capture a comprehensive range of experience and traditional knowledge. This diversity will allow us to gain a rich and variable understanding of cultural practices related to biodiversity. For data collection methodology, we will use several human-centered design methods. First, we will conduct qualitative interviews with the key community members, such as elders and leaders, to deeply explore their beliefs and cultural practices. Next, we will implement surveys to gather quantitative data on the perception of biodiversity among a broader group within the community, which will help us identify patterns and trends. And finally, we will conduct direct observation to document how cultural practice manifests in daily life. The human-centered design, this approach allows us to place people at the center of our research and design process. In this period, the HCD methodology will help us deeply empathize with the Maya communities, understanding their needs, values, and challenges. Throughout the interviews, we aim to capture personal narratives that reveal how biodiversity is integrated into their daily lives, Surveys will provide a broader and quantitative view of these practices and perception, while direct observation will give us contextual understanding of how these practices are performed in daily life. At each stage of the process, the HCD approach will ensure that our design decisions are thoroughly informed by the experience and perspectives of the communities we aim to represent. And regarding the interpretation of results, once the data is collected, we will use a systematic approach to analyze how Maya cultural practice influenced biodiversity conservation. The human-centered design methodology will guide us in the process, starting with the identify key areas of opportunity based on the insights obtained from the data. Prioritizing these areas will allow us to focus our efforts on specific aspects with the greatest potential for impact. Once these opportunities are identified, we will generate ideas through creative techniques such as brainstorming, and where each team member can contribute ideas that will then be refined and combined to create more robust concepts. This collaborative process is crucial to ensure that the final idea aligns with the needs and values of the Maya communities, and subsequently we will use rapid prototyping to give shape to these ideas in a tangible form, allowing for evaluation and feedback from users and key stakeholders involved. And prototypes do not need to be perfect. Their purpose is to communicate ideas clearly and obtain valuable insight of how to improve them. A key tool in this process will be the use of storyboards, which will help us visualize how these ideas will be implemented in real life and how they will contribute to biodiversity conservation and cultural preservation. In the implementation phase, we will evaluate the feasibility and viability of the selected ideas, considering factors such as production, distribution, and potential partnership needed to carry them out. It is crucial that these solutions are sustainable in the long term and provide tangible values to both the Maya community and the natural environment. This interactive process will continue with pilot testing and constant refinement of proposals based on obtainable results, ensuring that the final solution is the most suitable and effective possible. What do I need to inform from the topic of the exercise? The part I struggled with the most was identify our variables, as I didn't fully understand what they were. However, thanks to the feedback received from my professors, I was able to grasp it better, and these types of projects invite us to be very creative and structured. And I think I could improve in these areas and also be more patient with the process. And how prepared do you feel to develop a research like the one proposed, and why? I feel almost completely confident about conducting this research using the human-centered design methodologies and we learn in class. I understand the process. I need the process and what I need to follow to develop this research and how to propose a solution. I know the steps to take, but I sometimes doubt whether I was on the right path. So, thank you. I hope I did it good. I hope you understand everything, and thank you for watching me. Thank you.